Hey, what's cracking everybody? Welcome back to Computer Games Hardware. Today on the channel, we are looking at AMD's latest Adrenalin driver 24.4.1, and it's chock full of goodies. We've got some new feature highlights, we've got some game support, we've got some fixed issues, we've got some known issues, and then we'll do a little bit of gaming and see what the performance is like. So let's get stuck into it, guys. Alright, so first up in the new feature highlights, we have some game support for Mana Lords. Haven't heard too much about this one, but I've heard that people are getting quite into it. That looks pretty cool. That's some new game support for Mana Lords. We also have some performance highlights. We have performance improvements for Helldivers 2. So they did mention in the previous drivers that they were going to continue to update Helldivers 2, which has been a huge hit over the last couple of weeks. So we've got some expanded hypertune support for Nightingale and Skull and Bones. So Skull and Bones, I wasn't expecting to see some support for old Skull and Bones, which hasn't gone down too well over the past couple of months, but it's being supported in this one, so that's pretty good to see. We also have some expanded Vulkan extension support. So it looks here that we've got some shader support and rendering support, and you can click in the link which I'll have in the description below to dig further into it. And I should say that AMD have updated how they do the release notes for the Adrenalin edition, which is pretty cool. I don't mind it. It lays out everything that you want to know, and it gets rid of some of the stuff that's not relevant to you. So you'll see in the Vulkan extension support that they haven't got a huge list of every single thing. It's got the main couple of things, which is shader and rendering. So that's really good to see. Good job, AMD. I don't mind it at all. We've also got some AI application updates, so it's usually Topaz, so support optimizations for 7.1.0 and 7.1.1 versions of Topaz Gigapixel AI application, new recovery and low resolution upscaling features. So there you go. Alright, now let's move right into the fixed issues. First up in the fixed issues, we have some performance improvements for Helldivers 2. Again, which they said that they were going to be continually supporting throughout the process, because Helldivers 2 has been a massive smash hit. Next up, we have intermittent application crash may be observed while playing Lords of the Fallen and entering certain areas on Radeon 6000 series graphics products. Interesting one there, so that's been fixed, which is good to see. Next up, we have artifacts may appear in certain mud environments while playing SnowRunner on some AMD graphics products, such as the Radeon 6800. So looks like they're fixing a few issues with the 6000 series this driver edition around. Usually it's the 7000 series, so it's good to see a little bit of support coming down the stack. Next up, we've got rainbow-like artifacts may appear in water environments while playing Horizon Forbidden West Complete Edition on Radeon 6000 series products. Interesting, I haven't noticed that, but it's fixed now, so that's good to know. There's also been a intermittent application crash or a driver timeout may be observed while playing Overwatch 2 with Radeon Boost enabled on Radeon 6000 series and above graphics products. So it's been fixed, but you can also turn off Radeon Boost if you're having any issues with it. So give that a go as well. Play around with it. Don't just leave it on if it's giving you grief. Next up, we have intermittent application freeze when first launching Steam VR using the Quest Link feature on the Meta Quest 2. Have we got any VR gamers out there? Let me know in the comments down below. Would you like to see some VR content? So let me know in the comments down below. Next up, we have intermittent system or application crash when screen sharing using Microsoft Teams. So that's what it was. I have been having this issue, driving me absolutely insane. I was like, and it was not just in Microsoft Teams. I was having issue in Chrome, as well, like watching YouTube videos and stuff like that. Going full screen was causing application crashes and stuff like that. So I'm glad that's fixed. I'm going to do some testing for that shortly. Right. Next up, we have intermittent application crash, changing anti-aliasing settings while playing Enshrouded on the Radeon 7000 series graphics products. Enshrouded. I love Enshrouded. That's a really great game. You can check out our review for Enshrouded wherever it might appear, and I'm glad to see that it's getting some support. I had an issue where the HDR was becoming washed out and stuff, and the last thing on the fixed issue says that the display colors may appear dim or washed out after closing Enshrouded with auto HDR enabled. So it's probably turning off auto HDR, which usually I have off. I've got to check if it's still on. Anyway, there you go. So turn off auto HDR if you're getting any grief in Enshrouded. Next up, we've got some known issues, guys, and first up on the list, black corruption may be observed while playing Alien Isolation on the 7000 series of graphics products. So I think Alien Isolation was free recently on the Epic Game Store or one of the platforms. So brilliant game, check it out if you can. It actually really gives Alien 1 vibes. I absolutely loved that game when it came out. Next up, we have corruption may observe while playing Dying Light 2 Stay Human Reloaded Edition or Alan Wake 2 with Radeon Boost enabled. Users experiencing these issues are recommended to disable Radeon Boost as a temporary workaround. So just cut it off. So we were saying that a little bit earlier. If Radeon Boost is giving you grief, just turn it off. We did a little experiment not too long ago in some competitive games like Street Fighter 6 and things like that, and we found with Radeon Boost we were even getting some worse performance. So if it's not working as expected for you, turn it off. Next up, we have Max Payne 1 and Max Payne 2 may fail to launch on RDNA 3 graphics products when anti-aliasing is enabled. I'm not too sure why that is, but turn off anti-aliasing so you can launch Max Payne 1 and 2. I wonder what platforms that are. Is that on all platforms? Is that on Steam? Is that a UI issue? I'm not sure why that would be happening, but there you go. Alright, next up we have texture flickering may be observed while playing Hitman Contracts, and there's a resolution targeted for 24.5.1, so they'll be looking to fix that in the next edition. Alright guys, next up we have intermittent stutter immediately after Alt-Tab with performance metrics overlay enabled, and the resolution is also targeted for 24.5.1 as well. So if you're trying to get out of your games quickly, might cause some issues if you're alt-tabbing out, so you may want to go the slow way. Alright, and last but not least, we have our audio and video may intermittently become out of sync while recording using the AV1 codec on the AMD Software Adrenalin Edition, and the resolution target, as we already know, is set for Q3, so we've still got a little while to go for that one. Alright, and no important notes on this Adrenalin Edition, so short and sweet and straight to the point, which is good to see. Just want to jump in here and say thank you very much for watching. If you're enjoying computer games hardware, please chuck us a like, share or subscribe, and watching the videos really helps me out. And a big thank you to everyone who's been watching the videos. Recently I've been playing around with the playlists and things like that, and it seems like you guys have been watching the playlist, so thank you very much. If you'd like to see a specific playlist, let me know in the comments down below, but I'm glad you're enjoying it and watching the videos. It really helps me out. Let's have a look at some of the performance. So I'm going to jump into Fallout 4 and test this game out, because that just got a little bit of a refresh, and I've been watching the TV show, which I absolutely loved. I just finished it the other day, and I've only played Fallout 1 and 2, so I am going to jump in with the new upgrade that it's recently had to the Game of the Year edition and its high texture pack and all that good stuff. So I'm going to jump in and see what all the fuss is about and get back into the vaults, because it's been a number of years for me. I was big on the original Fallout games, and I sort of dropped off when they shifted to the open world 3D. So with the interest and everything that's going on, I'm going to jump back into Fallout 4, and maybe I'll do Halibut. How about that? And see how the drivers perform in that game as well. So, I'll be right back. Well, there you have it. Pretty good stable performance for those titles there. So, not too bad. Good. Lots of performance fixes in this one. Nice and stable. I'm loving the consistency of the Adrenalin releases lately, and the communication from AMD when they're expecting to resolve some issues in the fixed issues and the known issues and things like that. So overall, pretty good stable performance out of these drivers. Anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway guys, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. As usual, I've had a really good time making these, and I'll keep making them if you guys keep watching them. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.